Hey everyone, it's NinjaDomoEsq for St. Jane Media. Here I am today reviewing the latest Neca Gorilla Alien Jungle Attack figure. I really dig these like alien concept kind of playful figures rather than just have like, dog alien or I don't know, just like things where it's like it looks like the same alien every time. In this line they also have the praying mantis alien. Who looked really cool, but I just went with Gorilla because I was like, well, he comes with a additional piece, which I'll show you guys in a second. Here's the figure. He is huge. He stands like that, and I don't know. I mean, as you can see, he's bigger than my hand. So he's, it's a large figure. And then to add to that, it has this bendable tail, which you can kind of make in any way you want. So, because it has, I guess, the sort of twist wire built inside of it. From an articulation standpoint, the head sort of moves up and down. It does move left and right, but I don't know. It feels kind of it feels like it's very much on there. In the way that it's going to be. If that makes sense, I hope that does. You can open up the jaw like that, which is super cool, and it looks seamless too. It doesn't look, I feel like the way they built it, it doesn't look like, oh, I'm going to open up this mouthpiece. I feel like it feels very organic. And then you can pull out his tongue in there, not like to a great length, but enough to change the figure's display and make him look cool. I love what they did with the mouth and the teeth. That's pretty crucial. I also love the gorilla head on the alien, how it's like pseudo gorilla sort of head. Joints, he's got shoulder joints. He also has these elbow joints right here and hands that are like gorillas. So really it feels like this figure is better on all fours. When he's standing up, it's interesting, but I feel like with the way the hands are made, and the way they the hands will actually, let's see if I can do it with one hand. I know I should just get like something, but anyway, all right. So just to give you an idea, I mean, there are little hinges here, so to make the hand go down even farther. What I'm not a huge fan of this figure is the fact that he's very top heavy. And so what happens is you get a lot of this where the knee joints seem to want to immediately go and bend down into kind of like an ape-like position. So on one hand, it's kind of like, okay, that is what it is. Do you like the hairband, guys? My wife's hairband that's in the picture here. But on the other hand, I feel like overall mobility is a little, I don't know, what's the word, compromised. So, like, especially this joint on the figure, and I know that sometimes it could just be, you're going to get different figures for different things, but the joint on the left knee is considerably loose. And so the figure goes into this natural position. This is what I was talking about with the feet, how they kind of immediately bend down, and so the hands also kind of do that because they have a joint at the wrist. What else? I don't know. I mean, everything else about the figure is pretty solid. It has some torso interaction. I think that it is so hefty, to be quite honest, that overall articulation and playability is, I don't know. I don't think it's that fun, if I'm being honest. I think it looks cooler than it is to play with. And I think it's probably better for people who are just serious collectors on alien toys. What? Look at that. He just fell over. Now, I know I wasn't like actually posing him per se, but just an example. I mean, it's a wily thing. So, the figure looks, has this kind of deal going on. And then, I mean, unless I'm just not doing something correctly, it would be pretty cool if the head arched perhaps all the way back so you could get kind of like a confrontation pose per se. Instead, the figure is just looking kind of more or less down, which is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a gorilla expert, but you know, come on, guys. But yeah, I mean, the tail's awesome. The packaging for this is colorful. It has a comic appeal, and you know, it also comes with these little mini alien comics. They are what I believe they're reprints of Dark Horse comics, and they're pretty cool. Also, you know, I feel like they're super easy to lose. You know, I prefer perhaps the Transformers toys, in which they give you a full reprint of a comic. That does more for me than this little mini comic. Or if it was standalone, that'd be great. I know you've got the to be continued number 5 kind of thing, so obviously they want you to buy more of these figures, but that does nothing. I might as well just go and try and pick up a Dark Horse comic, unless I'm somehow wrong and this is exclusive and has never been written anywhere else. I would also just be surprised, like, if that's the case, that they're not going to put this in a book at some point. So it's fine, it's nice, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me. And in fact, it doesn't really, you know, in reading, you know, just flip it. I haven't read the comic, but I did flip through it, and I'm like, you know, no, the aliens look like this, per se. Like, I don't know, it's just, I didn't really feel like it felt or matched the whole gorilla alien thing. You've got a face hugger that comes with, which is really cool. That sealed the deal for me for the Mantis. Like, in terms of, like, which one do I buy today? Like, or if I'm only going to buy one from this line. So that's the one I went with, because you get this additional piece. This part, and I don't know, I mean, maybe I'm just being tame. Usually these fit very nicely over the head of the alien, I think. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm getting it wrong. Or, you know, it's just attached to the alien. In fact, I think I would have preferred that, because I don't know how the hell this thing goes on. I mean, maybe I need to just apply some extreme force on this bad boy. But part of me is kind of resigned to the fact that it's cool enough with just the black head as it is. I don't know. Maybe it's not as accurate. Sorry, guys. You know, but I definitely dig the concept. If you're an Alien fan, I think you go out and buy this. If this hits one of those nostalgia factors, you go out and buy it. If you just want a cool toy to put on your desk or something like that, you go out and buy it. You know, it's kind of you talk about it. Someone's gonna look at it and be like, "Whoa, what is that? Like aliens?" And you're like, "Yeah," and it's like the gorilla alien from the comic, or you know, from concepts and whatever. So that's cool. That's really great. You know, in terms of just detail, Neca nails it. Neca probably, you know, I've said this before, I gotta give you guys props. Even if this isn't my favorite figure, you know, they make toys that are probably as good as you're going to get without having to step up to the collector's level of like sideshow figures or figure arts or I don't know, whatever other things, where all of a sudden you're spending 80, you know, or hundreds of dollars, you know, like for, you know, figures that almost become, you know, and this isn't like an insulting thing, but like almost become what's it called, like dolls in a way, you know, like super articulate, lifelike dolls. Last but not least, for posability, because this figure can be a bit tricky, he does have little pegs in his feet, or the little holes where you could put him on display for a stand. So there he is. He's not perfect. I think he's actually rather flawed. But he looks cool. I love the fact that they made him. Please make more of these type of figures. That would be appreciated, just because they're fun. That's what, you know, toys should be fun. So thank you, Neca. Thank you everyone for watching these videos. Please subscribe or share or click or I don't know, like, you know, whatever. And please go to stjanemedia.com, Read all the cool articles on there. There's stuff by yours truly on entertainment, video games, figures, toys, TV shows, just whatever. It's all over the place. And then you've got, more serious pieces, thought-provoking pieces that other great up-and-coming writers are putting out there, and it's really cool. The whole concept is it's a creative outlet for people who want to write. It's not necessarily something that's their primary job. Maybe they're trying to break into the industry. Maybe they're trying to just do this as a hobby. It's like a creative outlet in a way, and that's so important. Check out Fill the Pill on Twitter. Check out NinjaDomoEsq on Twitter. Look for me on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. You guys make the whole thing worthwhile. Have a good one. Cheers. More videos to come. Bye.